good things. And I want to start at the end. I want to go ahead and start at the very end of the chart, if y'all don't mind. There's a big crescendo. It should be. It's not marked in the part, but there's like a big crescendo happening, starting at around. Okay, the rehearsal letter number we have is 93. So I'm hearing like a big crescendo starting where the trombones have their low G. I think it's 6 from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 from the end. They have a big G, and then and then the trumpets and saxes are answering. All that while is a big build up until the very end of the chart. At the very end of the chart, I believe it should be forte, right? Somewhere along the line, forte, fortissimo, in that stratosphere, right? But in order to make that happen, we have to make sure that we are building each block, each section. Okay, whether it's loud or whether it's soft, we have to know the architecture of the music. So let's start at 93. Let's pick up in 2. I give you 4 and 2. And then trumpets, trombones have the quarter notes, 3 and 4, right? All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. At 93, who has the melody? Is it the brass or is it the woodwind? Yeah, y'all can, yeah. By show of hands, who thinks it's the woodwind? By show of hands, who thinks it's the brass? Okay, everybody who raised their hand is wrong. It's the woodwind. Oh. The woodwinds have the melody. See? It's present. It's because you guys are more present, but you guys actually have the melody. So, who's the leader of the section? I know you have 4 altos, but who's the leader? Okay. But for any time anyone has a unison passage, we always defer to the leader. We always defer to what he or she sounds like, what they're doing, the style that they're doing it in, the articulations, the pizzazz, the swagger that they put into their notes. I mean, this is a human element that we have to have in jazz. That's what makes jazz what it is. The ability to put your personality into each note and each phrase that you play. So whatever swagger or whatever way that she's playing, we have to get inside. How long have you known, what's your name? Hannah. How long have you known Hannah?
A good 6 months.
Good 6 months. 6 months, couple years. So, you pretty much know the ins and outs of what, how, not only how she plays, but just her personality in general. The outside of that. You know kind of know what she likes to do, what her pet peeves are. I know my pet peeve is getting on the elevator with somebody who goes up 1 floor. That's my pet peeve. That's my real pet peeve. I can't stand it. But you have to get inside of what she is. It's like you have to not necessarily become her, but you like get inside of her psyche and like really know how she plays and like, but also maintaining your sense of personality as well. That goes for everyone, even rhythm section. So I want the brass to listen to the woodwinds, the saxophones. I want y'all to listen to what they're doing, so you all will know how to play with the woodwinds. Okay, then it's going to become a real thing, so to speak. A 1, 2, 4, a 1, 2. have that, right? But then, right around the 7th bar, saxophones and the trumpets kind of sound the same, right? Whatever the line is, but I heard that sense of you guys not really playing. It caught on like the 2nd bar that you guys got into. Like, oh, okay, they have the same line. Oh, let's get together, okay? But brass, you guys play your line and let the saxophones hear what you guys are doing, okay? This is just to get a sense of knowing what's going on in the cracks of you know, your rests, okay? You have to know that. The music is continuing. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2. Okay? Now, the last 2 bars. Trumpets, last 3 bars actually. Trumpets have this line, da, da, da. The saxophones have another answer after that. Da, 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 doo, da. Make that really come out, okay? You have a call, and they're answering the call. Hello, how you doing? I'm fine. What you doing? Reading, what you doing? That kind of conversation. You gotta have a conversation with each other, okay? 93, we have to feel the swing together too. So in order to feel the swing, you have to key in on the bass and the drums. The bass and the drums are providing quarter notes, and the drums is providing the swing with ting, 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 ting. It's all about the tripping. That's it. 1, 93. A 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2. In those bars, you can do more to push the band. Whether you know it or not, you're the conductor of the band. Yeah. Take that into consideration and take it in the heart. Because you control the band's energy. How loud they play, how soft they play, how intensely they play, how chill they play. You know? You control that with whatever it is that you do. So you have to know the tune from the top to the bottom. In terms of like accents, in terms of when to bring the dynamics down, when to bring them back up, when to really push the band. You're doing a good time, you're doing a good job of keeping time. And now that next step is, okay, what can I do to provide some taste without really getting too much in the way? You know, kind of like picking your battle. Okay. All right. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the piece. Okay. So, everybody knows what tutti means, right? It's playing together, right? Okay. We have these sections where it's tutti. Who are we following? I'm talking about just the horns. Who are we following in the tutti when we have the tutti section together? Who is the voice that we're following? Do we know? I give you a hint. He wears a green shirt. He plays trumpet. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase it. Who's the lead trumpet player? She's wearing a white shirt and a pink jacket. So anyway, that's who you should key in on. All right. And one thing, I would align all of the lead players together. Sure. I would align all of them. So next time you all set up, I would align right down the middle, right on this lead chair, right here, the second chair. Absolutely. I would align all the lead players to go here. And the second to go on this side, third, fourth on this side. Okay. Sure. But for right now, in those tutti sections, you have to pay, just like I was telling them about Hannah. What's your name? It's really easy now. Woodwinds, if you have a two, in any section you have together, follow Hammond. Trumpets, if you have a solo section, follow Hammond. Everybody, if you have a tutti section, follow Hammond. I'm saying it with a lot of conviction. Follow who? Hammond. Thank you. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start at the beginning. And let's really like key in. And sometimes you have to back off a little bit to really listen. You know, somebody. Teacher may say, okay, but everybody's not hearing it because they're talking. They're in the school to get out. You get test on Monday. When you come around the corner and Monday comes, okay, pull out your sheet of paper, write from 1 to 10, bam, test. Oh, I didn't know there was a test. Said it. When? While you were talking. Oh. So, key is listen. All right, here we go. This is big at the beginning, right? Forte. All right? Forte with a purpose. Not forte just to be loud, okay? Forte with a purpose. A 1, 2. We'll get to the swing later. What's your name? Nate. Nate. All right, Nate. Cool. Buddy Rich recorded this. Have you heard Buddy Rich play? Have you seen Buddy Rich play? Okay. I challenge you after this rehearsal to check out Buddy Rich. Has anyone here seen Buddy Rich play? Okay. What do you know? Okay. I do what you say. What qualities do you know about Buddy Rich? Oh, okay. But when you listen to it, what did you hear? I mean, what did you take away from it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to ask Mr. Brown. I'm going to ask Mr. Brown. What do you think when you hear Buddy Rich?
Phenomenal drummer. Great band. Lots of energy.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. Definitely that. If you listen to video, you can look on YouTube and you got it right there in your fingertips. That would be a good way to check them out. Just type in Buddy Rich and you will see much more than you will hear. I mean, you can hear the energy that he brings to the band. That's what I'm talking about with picking your battles. This is kind of like, I guess this looks like a shuffle pattern that we have right here. With that beat too. And if you look at Buddy Rich play, he plays with like no abandon, like reckless abandon. I mean, he goes when he gets to his high points. Look out! It's like oof, it's like bombs coming out of his hands, dropping bombs like everywhere. You know what I mean? So at the very beginning, those first 8 bars, you got to bring as much energy as the horns are bringing. And the bass has got to be just as intense. Not as loud, but as intense. Okay, the notes are on the page, that's cool. But once you get a chance to really like, how long have you been playing this piece? This piece? Yeah, this piece.
2-3 months maybe?
2-3 months. You've been playing this 2 or 3 months now. So you're kind of familiar with how it goes, right? In terms of what the bass, in terms of what the patterns are, the bass lines are, the walking. So you kind of get to a point where, okay, maybe I can try and play some notes or play a different way, of intensity. Instead of playing quarter notes all the time, Quarter notes are good. Don't get me wrong, I love quarter notes. That's a foundation. But now you're at a point where you're 2 or 3 months in, and now you're kind of at the point where, okay, I can do some other things. That's a great thing about being in the rhythm section. Rhythm section can improvise all night. All night. Equal opportunity. You can improvise all night. As long as you have your foundation. You know your foundation. You play this to them 2 or 3 months now. So you are kind of at the point where I can do something and it won't bother me. I can do something and it won't bother me. A lot of the same names. It's real easy for me. Hannah and Hannah, I got Nate and Nate. That's cool. So let's go back to the beginning again. Check out Buddy Rich, brother, and you really see what I'm talking about. There's a video. I think it's Buddy Rich and Aaron from the Muppets.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That video. Check that video out, and then check out Buddy Rich versus Maxwell. 2 different styles of drumming. It's very, 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 very cool. But check out Buddy Rich and Aaron. That really gets you juices like that. Okay, all right. Talk again. 1, 2, These trumpets. Y'all kind of get a sense of how each person is really singing and really getting, phrasing. And singing helps out with the phrasing. And then it's less on the chop too. Singing. Let's start right there. Was it measure 9? Start measure 9. Okay. And then once you get to 17, the melody is established. So we got the pads going on in the trombones. Nice sounds, by the way. And now we have to, it's kind of like a painting. Okay, in the background. You still have a purpose, but in the background. Okay? Let the trumpets and the saxophones get their shine, and then when it's time for your shine to come in, just alright? So measure 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, that's why we sing the melody. You got the last 3 bars. You gotta go with it, okay? Accent along with the melody, okay? So, let's see. 17. That's trombones. That's what they're doing. They're providing providing some pads and, just kind of like background singers. You got the melody going on. So you got a conversation between the trumpets and the saxophone. Did y'all realize that at 17? Did y'all realize that? No? Well, I'm going to tell you. You got a conversation going on, so it has to be that way. Trumpets and saxophone. Let me hear y'all at 17 with the bass. What's your name? Cassie. 17. A 1, 2, Now you see what's happening? You have this note. Whatever the line is. I just put a little extra in. But that's what it is. Okay, measure 9. Back to measure 9. Remember, before measure 9, you got to bring the man down. That's what they had in the music. Okay? Do it your own way, but bring him down. Okay? All right, measure 9. 1. Everybody. 1, 2. It's cool what you're doing, but I think the cymbals would probably be the best. You get like a something like that. But the accents on the ends have to be, try on the cymbals. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Your chords at 9, when you're answering the bar, boom, boom, just make sure when you're playing the C line. It's voiced as a G, B flat, and an E flat. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Got that going on? But before that, with the A flat 7. Yeah. It looks like you got a G flat, C. Yeah. And then looks like you got an F. F, B natural, and A flat. There you go. There's your flat 9. And the A flat is your flat 9. Alright, okay? So now you know what it is, and we play the flat 9. Okay. Yeah, feel Alright, cool. Let's go back to the top of this. I'm gonna try to go. Just remember all of those elements. You gotta talk to each other. You gotta bring the energy when you need to, and back off when you need to. Now we're gonna get to a form of just listening across the band instead of focusing on your own part. Okay, I look good. I got my extra things on. I got my extra things on. I'm looking great. I'm ready to step out. But so does so-and-so. So does so-and-so. They looking nice too. Oh, look at them. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, okay. All right, we all in this together. Let's step out together. All right? Let's do it like that. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 85, rhythm section, what do you have? One before 85. Rest, right. So, before that, you guys have, your rhythm stops on the end of 4, right? So we have to make sure that button stops on the end of 4. We got this let the saxophones finish out in line before you get to 5. Okay? All right. Now, I'm gonna try a little something. Let's see. Try this. Let's see. The lines you all are playing all together. But before I do that, let's go to 41. 41. See 41? Brass have this answer. Before, at the very beginning, when you think about it, orchestration, at the very beginning, everybody played the same rhythm together. And now at 41, the saxophones are actually answering you guys, answering the brass. So you got so 41, let's say that call and response before we get to the exact solo. All right? 41. Pick up the 2. 1, 2. Check it out. The 8th bar of 41. I'm talking about 40, actually 7. 47. There's an accent on beat 4. There's a big 4 that comes from New Orleans. You know there's a street beat. You ever heard of a street beat? Where am I putting the accent? That's the big 4. That's the big 4 that we're talking about. So that's very important, and that goes back to the early style of jazz in New Orleans. So when you get to 47, you really have to accent that beat 4 rhythm section, really like reinforce it. Okay? 41 again. 1, 2. Nate on the piano. With your fills, you see that first fill, you got a G, F sharp, F, G, G, F sharp, G. That's all that is. 1. That's all it is. But if you check out the record, I'm pretty sure that the record is probably a little different than this arrangement, but when he's doing those fills right there, whatever it is that you do, just be confident in what it is that you do. Okay? Instead of the chord change, the chord change is what it's like. It's like minor chord 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Right there. And then bridge off is different. But those, just be confident in what it is that you're going to decide. Be kind of like the guiding light in the big thing. You know, there's a lot of things happening in terms of what the horns are doing, and what you do may end up clashing. You know, in terms of what voices you may pick. But in those spaces that you have, you're kind of like the guiding light. We're here. All right. 1, 2, you know, just use your own good taste, like Benny Carter used to say. Benny Carter was a sax and trumpet player, great composer and arranger. He lived to be 96 years old. And he was a heck of a fighter too. We're talking about Hughes. knock you out. But he's a great guy, and that's what always one of his phrases. Someone asks a question, it's like, hey, use your own good taste. All right? So, one thing I want to do before we move on to the next chart is the sax solo at 53. Yeah, 53. I want to do a little exercise so y'all can find where the swing is and really know what it is. All right? Start at regular tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. At 69, pick up into it. Really feel the swing. That's what I'm trying to get you all to do. Really feel the time. In the slow time and in the normal time. Okay? So 1, pick up into it. Or 1, 2, two, one, two, three. Not so easy, is it, Brad? It kind of settled back into the time. It felt like I wanted to push a little bit. Did it feel that way? You feel that way with me a little bit? All right. That comes with experience. That playing in the slower time and playing really good swing field, that comes with experience. The more blues you have in your life, as me and Mr. Brown can attest to, the more that you're gonna come on with the swing. I mean, everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know y'all have your issues and your problems too. But as my mom would always say, just live on. There'll be more. So just take that into consideration. All right. Can we move on to the next?
Sure, absolutely.
You get some good things happening now. I'm liking what I'm hearing.
Okay, let's move to horsepower.
Buddy Rich. I'm gonna give it away. Buddy Rich.
Remember we got a name on this one? Background second time.
Okay,
Yeah, one more. Yeah, that's horsepower.
let's see. So we got a shuffle. Wondering because it started off as a swing, and then it kind of, the shuffle kind of went to like a rock type shuffle. So I'm not sure if it's a rock shuffle or if it's a swing shuffle. You know, it's like, or, I think it's, that kind of thing. But I think that's what it is. But you know, if it's boots and pants, I'll live with the boots and pants. I think it's, I know what I mean by boots and pants. All right. Okay, so Barry's supposed to be playing with the trombone right at the beginning, but there's no Barry. You got to bring it, even though it's soft, still you got to bring it. In the beginning, you got to make sure, kind of like you guys, it's like target practice. Like the first two, you kind of heard it. You heard it where it was like it didn't line up. It didn't really come out kind of like fluffy, but it's like target practice with the middle of your mouthpiece. You really like to aim for the dead center to make sure those notes really like pop out. Those three flats. Boom, 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 boom. You just started the assembly line. Boom, boom, boom. The drums really are the start of the assembly line, but you, in terms of the horns, you really the start of the assembly line. So you got this happening, and someone else comes in with their thing, someone else comes in with their thing, and it's all working together. So you just got to make sure everybody comes in on time and with a purpose. All right? So from the top again, you just hear how this is. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, Bass drums on 1 and 2. Go. 2, 3, go. There you go. See how that feels? Now let's try to do it with the faster tempo. 1, 2, 3, That's it. That's it. All right, cool. Another recording I want you to check out. I want you to check out Duke Ellington, Sugar Rum Cherry. It's a play on sugar rum, the sugar plum fairy from the Nutcracker Suite. I want you to check that out. There's a groove that who's drumming. I think it's Sam Woodard. He plays a groove with his hands. And then the woodman says, that's the feeling that I hear on this. Except it's fast. All right? So at the beginning again, then you two have to line up. What's your name? Abby. Abby? Abby and Nate have to line up. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, beginning. That's the start. All right? That's it. I was reading the tenor sax line. That's what's happening. My bad. All right. I'm under this hush. Top again. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. But that feeling is right though. But before all of that, you should do your hits on the cymbal. You should do it on the hi-hat. You should do it on your side cymbal. So you got this. Boom, 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 check them out. Elton Jones, Art Blakey, Max Folks, they had that. They get to that groove really well. It is a good enough to that kind of that groove. All right? Then you get to your shuffle. All right, baby, shuffle. Press roll. It's not in the music, but that's what we do. Anyway, let's try that. Let's see if you can build that groove again. Just open up your ears and imagination. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, go. Hi-hat. There you go. And the bass drum. Now open and close the hi-hat. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Two angles. All right, let's go to, let's see, where you guys have the big long, let's cut off. 37? 37, 37, let's go to 37. So we're establishing that shuffle pattern now. Doing this on the right side. Mama, daddy, mama, daddy, mama, daddy, brother, sister, mama, daddy, brother, sister, mama, daddy, brother, sister, daddy. You doing that. And then the snare drum is also doing the same thing. But, well, actually, I take that back. The snare drum is doing the mama and daddy. And the crash is, the ride cymbal is doing mom, dad, mom, dad, mom, dad, mom, dad, mom, dad. Until you get to 45. And then in 45, it reverses. The ride cymbal is now mom, daddy, and the snare drum is mom, daddy, mom, dad, mom, dad, 2 and 4, mom, dad. All right? Cool. So 37. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 37. Now you got to add the bass drum to it. The bass drum is still doing the Charleston rhythm. Everybody knows the Charleston rhythm? Charleston. Kid play that. That's way before your time. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. All right, 37. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 voices. Swing. Shut. That's all I'm saying now. Do-da, dee-da, beep-ba-da, dee-da, dee-da. 1, 37. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It breaks off at 69. You got this, I think you got the closed hi-hat. That's what the plus sign means. Plus sign means to close. You have to close your hi-hat. And then you're playing, and then you got the cross stick with your left hand. So you got this. And then you back to your shuffle pattern. And then when you get to 73, the bass line, I prefer long notes. You kind of play them, you kind of clipping them a little bit. I like Booker T, the MG, Green Knight. Down, down, down. You know, that kind of feel. So, all right, let's try the second time around, 57, the second chorus of the melody. You guys have the assembly line thing happening again. All right, 57, the groove's getting better. Now we got to get the groove, now we got to establish the groove and then the feel thing. That's the next thing. All right, 1, 2, 57, 2, 3, come. It changes, your bass drum changes from the Charleston rhythm, it goes to 4 on the floor now. So you actually you do it on both. That's a different type of shuffle. There's all types of shuffle. Chicago shuffle, there's Memphis shuffle, there's New Orleans shuffle, there's rock shuffle, there's gospel shuffle, there's all types of shuffles. But I don't know what this particular one is, but I mean, it's right there on the paper, so both hands, all right? And also transitioning to your different things, like going from this groove to the next groove to the next groove to the next groove. It has to be seamless, okay? It has to be seamless. All right, you guys are doing a good job, by the way, with your assembly line and all of that. It's just when you get to the A chord, just make sure that the quarter note lands on 1 and then you start your next phrase on beat 2. All right? How's time? So we've got about 15 minutes. Okay, all right. It's plenty of time. Let's go back to 57. No, let's go back to 30. 30, no, 45. Go back to 45. 45. I had 18, I should have had 12. These are 1, 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, hop. When the melody is going on the first side, there's a couple of things I want you to catch. At 51, and the bass and the piano have this too. I got this figure, boom, 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 boom. You got that, right? Okay? Just make sure you catch your bass drum on the end of 4 to kind of help go with the accent. And there's another great example. I'm glad you got the video rolling so you can go back and reference it. Whoop bop shabang. Billy Eckstein. Whoop bop shabang. Check out the drummer on that. The drummer for that particular time was Art Blake. Man, the way that he plays the bass drum to accent everything that the band is doing, it's like he catches every single thing. Like he knows exactly what's coming. He knows what's coming. He knows the lines like top to bottom. So if you find a recording that sounds like this, see, everything goes with the band. The bass drum is like, he's killing it. Right there with it, the whole time. Whoop bop shabang, Billy Eckstein, Art Blake the drummer. Woo, killing it. Anyway, 45 again. 45 again. But 51, catch that hit. And then there's another hit on 53 at the end on the end of 4. And then especially at 56, it happens both times at 56 and the last bar before it's at 68. It's B2. It's a hit on B2. The E flat 7 chord, that's what it is. That chord right there, you have to hit it on B2. All right, so 45. Let's make sure, let's try and catch those, okay? Let's try and catch them. They're there for a reason. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 45. Back to 69. 69. 69. Let's come together. 1, 2, 6 to 9, ready, go. Let's make sure we all start together. 1, 2, go. Again, that beat 2 comes in again at the end of each solo section, 89, 90, 91, 92. That beat 2, that's part of the hook. That's part of the hook. People are going to be looking for that. They've heard it many times, so now they're going to be looking for it. Where'd it go? It's not here. It's going to show up. It's going to show up again? Maybe so, but they have to come in. That's part of the hook, especially in the solo section. All right? Now the feeling is good because he was playing a shuffle pattern when he was solo, a kind of a swing type feel. And the first time it was kind of like street, rhythm section. And now it's all coming together. Now it sounds like a swing. Now it sounds like a shuffle. What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. I still need a lead. Lead trombone. Okay. Enough of that. With the solo one, let's see. Play the first chord. C minor 11. The 11 in that chord is your F. It kind of sounds like a sus chord, but it's still minor on the bottom. And the 11 is what you consider the extension. And the extension, 11 minus 7 equals 4. Okay? You can do that with all the extensions. 9 minus 7 is 2. 11 minus 7 is 4. 13 minus 7 is 6. Okay? So now it's just a matter, if you see flat 6, you flatten the 6. If you see a sharp 5, it's a sharp 5 over half step. That's all it is. Okay. Now with that sound, you can play C, you can play a C minor scale, you can play a C Dorian, with the 8, with the not the natural minor, but you can play with the A as a 6.
Okay.
That kind of thing. You can play with that, and you can play C minor pentatonic. And then you can survive with F minor. You can survive with that, but of course you have the minor is A flat. C minor, and then your D flat major 13, going back to the 13 minus 7 is what?
13 minus 7 is 6.
Yeah, 6. So the D flat, the 6th of that chord will be the D flat. D, and then F sus. The F sus kind of sounds like an F minor 11. Except we have the except the A flat is an A natural. Okay? The G minor 11, about the same as the G sus, except for the natural third. Okay? And then the C minor again. And then you got the E flat 7, E flat sus. Play that E flat sus chord for me again.